Getting your horse ready for the new season. Hopefully, your horse has had a nice break and had a chance to mentally and physically let down. I want you to put on your football coach hat. What do we do when the athletes come into training camp after a nice break? Well, I think we all know we start by doing laps, fitness, cardio, aerobic work. The same thing for your horse. We're the coach, we're the manager of our horses who are athletes. You don't dive in with a 60-minute workout. Start with mostly trot, get the trot work built up with a little bit of canter, maybe the whole workout of not walking part, but the actual movement part is maybe 20 minutes for the first week of getting your horses fit again. Gradually build up the trot and increase the amount of canter work. The total time we want to get to over a 3 to 4 week period is 45 minutes of movement, at least 40. Perhaps 20 minutes once you start trotting and doing aerobic work, then a little break, then another 20 minutes. This is very, very important. When doing your preseason fitness work for your horse, these are very important fundamental things to include. 1, no small circles, no extreme collections. Remember to ride your horse from back to front. This is all about building up the muscles in the hind end of your horse. So, back to front, no small circles, no extreme collections. Included in this, just like when you're training for your new season in the sports of running or football or hockey or tennis, we want you to change rhythms. You'll be at one cardio rate, no different than when you're on the treadmill for X amount of moments, whether that's 60 seconds, and then 30 seconds of sprinting of a higher cardio rate. You have to use your judgment to do this and gradually increase the changes of cardio, aerobic work, and rhythm as you get your horse fit for the new season. Extremely important. Ride your horse from back to front. These are rear engine vehicles, our horses. Everything comes from behind. The other thing is straightness. Use 2 legs, 2 seat bones, 2 reins to have your horse go forward from behind through the chute created by your legs and your reins and your seat. Straight, straight, straight. Now we're about 3 weeks into our fitness training for the horse. You should be pretty on track. They should be pretty fit. They should have some stamina. What we've prioritized is having them ride from back to front, that they're exerting the glute muscles in their hind end, their top line, the long muscles in their back underneath the saddle is getting loose and elastic. Now, what's that next chapter that we want to work on for the next week or so? We want to practice extreme extension, and now we're going to ride our horse into collection. We're going to introduce moderate to medium changes of direction and simple changes. Now, because the simple change helps put a mouth on your horse. Up to this, we were doing straight work, aerobic work, and very few flying changes. Now, we're integrating collection, extension, and impulsion. That's very, very important. And changes of direction. You now can integrate sitting trot, posting trot, light seat canter, 3-point canter. You get your horse ready to start doing cavalettis and small jumps. Check out my next video. How do we get you as a rider from the off season ready for the season?